My tweets don't get to anybody, so I'm not even sure why I bother tweeting anything. It's just like
Same.
the difference between like my YouTube views and like my Twitter likes are just very out of whack completely. Like, there's no point of me even engaging on Twitter anymore.
If you want, I'll trade you your YouTube account for my Twitter account.
No, I'm not. I didn't say I would trade.
You'd have a blue check mark.
I'm just saying they're uneven. But no, I don't mind Twitter being useless because it's dying. Twitter now. It's
dying rapidly.
I started using Threads and Blue Sky again this week. It felt good. So
I need to do that.
I
told myself I was going to do that, but I still haven't. But I feel you, David. I post some bangers, and they get like no traction on Twitter. Like I took the Joe Lieberman, and I did the rest in puss with the pussy and bio like little boxes. I thought that was a banger. It only got like 200 or so likes. I'm like, this should be like a bajillion. That's like that should be going to the moon. That's epic. Oh, I said epic like it's 2012. That was cringe. Sorry.
Most of my tweets do nothing, but I'll occasionally like once a year have a tweet that gets like 100,000 likes, and it's one I didn't expect. Like I have like a dad tweet about like daycare I did like 3 years ago that people in my family still send me because they see it on like the parenting channels and like Instagram and like TikTok and like I don't see these pages, right? So they send them to me, and these parenting pages have like millions of followers, and they're showing my tweet from like 3 years ago. It's like I'll have something like that. But then, my everyday shit is no one ever sees, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
But it's actually freed me up. Like I do a lot of replies on Twitter because I'm like, no one's seeing this shit anyways. I'm just gonna reply to people. So like sometimes I'll like try to get in conversations or like bitch at somebody. Not like, randos, but like someone who like Boogie tweeted something stupid a couple days ago. I tweeted at him. I don't think anyone saw it, but it's for me. It felt good to tweet out.
I did too. I actually ratioed him with as little engagement as I get.
That was
over what?
What was his tweet again?
It was the same thing about video games should be fun and not have forced diversity. I mean, he's just going further down this trajectory.
He has 475,000 followers, and that tweet, when I tweeted it at him, only had 100 likes. So I made some, just poke at him, being like, I'd be more disturbed by the trash you're spewing if your tweet hadn't struggled to get 100 likes from an account with as many followers as yours. So like, when people like him spewing the trash they do with the checkmark that they have, getting very little engagement, that feels good. Like, it's good to see that not every piece of shit on Twitter is getting all the attention.
Yeah. One thing that I will say is that I feel like the power was taken away from me when I lost my blue check. Because you would just like walk into a thread with your dick swinging around and everybody would notice you. Now it's just I'm just one of the regulars. I'm a peasant. It's just
that's sad. What they wanted. That's exactly what all the memes were about, right? Like they inversed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked hard to get that blue check. Took a lot of shit posting and harassment of politicians, and they took it away from me. Unfairly treated.
Worked out for me because I never got a blue check. So it's just like, that's right. You're all back down to my level.
Which is so weird.
Did you hear what Elon Musk said, though, just last night?
About premium subscribers and premium plus ones getting free shit?
You can now get a free blue check if you have 2,500 followers who are paying premium subscribers.
But now I don't want it because now it means something different.
I don't think
that's an MLM scam. He's describing an MLM scam.
I mean, the second I saw that, I was like, oh, new signups aren't going so well, I'm assuming. Why would you do that if people were signing up? You know what I mean? Like he's reverting because people aren't signing up for it. So he's now trying to do the whole thing where like, oh, if I give this blue check mark to people with a lot of subscribers, then people who don't have a lot of subscribers will once again look at that as a status symbol and they'll just buy it. Because they can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also saw that their metrics are plummeting right now. Like apparently, when that new article came out showing that the actual Twitter numbers of active users is in free fall, it's the definition of a fast, rapidly dying and decaying social media site.
Mm-hmm.
Right. There was a NBC News report late last week using data from third-party analytics firm Sensor Tower, which tracks mobile app analytics, like in the app stores, like on Android and iOS. And they, according to their data, about 1/5, somewhere between 1/5 and like I think it was like 23%. There was a 23% decline in usage of Twitter over the past year and a half since Elon Musk took over. And this is from mobile app users, because that's what they track. But still, 23% decline. They also gave this data for other social media competitors, and none of them have declined anywhere close. Like TikTok declined 10%. Instagram, I think, was like 5%. Facebook, like 1% or something like that in mobile app usage in the US. But Twitter, 23%. That's big. It's a big decline.
Mm-hmm.
Now, X, Twitter, or whatever you want to call them, they hold on. Let's pull this up. Actually, this was really funny. I had to make a big deal out of this because I thought it was really funny.
Matt, real quick, people in the chat are saying that your mic is too low still.
Too low?
Yeah, it sounds fine to me, but they're saying it's slow.
It is a bit low probably compared to the rest of us.
Hello. Is that better? Am I louder?
It sounds good to me.
Am I louder, everybody?
Chat, what do we think? Is that okay?
They're probably a bit.
Yeah, they're delayed.
But
Yeah. So we'll
it
just
sounds
sit
louder
here and wait. All right. Yeah, I'll put up louder everywhere.
My chat's saying
on
better.
the web browser.
Okay.
What's up?
Yeah, better. I'm seeing that too.
Cool.
Yep,
Cool.
much better.
I like how my dad was posting in the chat that my mic was too low, and he saw I didn't see it, so he just put it in caps lock and everything. When if he really wanted to get my attention, but if he really wanted to get my attention, I mean, he's the one person in the chat who has my phone number. He could text me.
You never text back, Matt. Come on.
Luckily, he's the only one that has your phone number.
So hold on, I'm dropping this in the private chat here. Someone pull it up. I'm usually bad at it.
I can do.
Cool. So, like I said, the third-party data showing X is declining in usage, and then X came out with from one of their official accounts disputing the data. They said, today NBC News shared an article that incorrectly claims that fewer people are using X today than previously. However, the data used in the article is based solely on estimates from Sensor Tower, which does not have access to the actual data from these platforms and does not include mobile. They mean mobile web browser, because Sensor Tower's data is only mobile app data. But not the mobile.
Like when you open Twitter on their phone through a web browser. No.
Yeah, I know, but that's what they mean.
What code?
Wait for it. So then they go TLDR, too long, whatever it means. I always forget. Both our own data and self-reported data from other platforms tells a different story. Now, I clicked on that tweet expecting that to open up a thread. Like usually TLDR means like, here's a summary of everything you're about to read. Mm-hmm. I thought they would display some of their data, provide, numbers to refute the claim. And I would just take it for what it was. I mean, they have the more accurate data. It is their platform. That was the entirety of, that was it. There was no thread. That's the post. They summarized. I don't think they
understand too long didn't read.
Too long didn't read. Right. They summarized.
They don't understand how that works.
Right. They summarized the paragraph beforehand, which is 2 sentences long. Right. That's it.
Well, to be fair, they know their audience. They're fucking morons. So right. You guys don't read this whole paragraph. Here you go. Here's one sentence.
Wow.
Oh, Jackson in the chat said Matt really said too long and don't remember.
Oh, I didn't even hear you say that. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh, because I said too long, whatever it means, I forget.
Too long, don't remember. So they're just disputing it, but have nothing to prove the dispute.
Their response is effectively nuh-uh, and that's it.
Right. And I should say I did a follow-up piece looking at this. And a couple of weeks beforehand, they were claiming 250 million people visit Twitter daily active users. And then I went back in Elon Musk's feed because I remembered back when he first bought the platform, he was boasting. He was like, strutting his stuff about how the numbers were up because, when he took over, everyone was coming on to see what the hell was going on. And the based on the numbers he posted in November 2022, the 250 million daily active users less. So they are in decline. That's probably why they didn't post the data, because the data would show there's a decline. Maybe their dispute is it's not in as much of a decline as Sensor Tower's data shows, but it's definitely down.
Doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. I see all those bots, or I should say all those definitely real porn individuals sharing
all those
links
women
in their
who
bio.
are interested in all of us all of a sudden.
All those women that are liking my tweets from 3 years ago.
You're
telling me those women they're liking tweets from 5 years ago aren't real? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I feel like just a womanizer here with everyone just trying to show me their pussies in their bio. I'm like, my God, ladies, calm down. I'm a married man.
Has anybody, I don't know, has anybody in the Elon camp brought up the fact that he said he would get rid of the bots when he took over, and it's just gotten so much worse. It is so much worse.
Someone who he likes recently complained about it, and he was like, "Yeah, it turns out it's really hard to get rid of them."
Oh my!
Yeah, you don't say.
Well, those in control
it was never this bad.
did a much better job.
Not only is it hard to get rid of spam bots, but somehow you've done worse than the previous regime.
Yeah, there's I don't remember who wrote it, but there's an article that was published, I think, yesterday in the New York Intelligencer, and the journalist went through and followed all the links from the pussy in bio and got to the actual website. It's like some flirtation thing, but the first paragraph is just this person summarizing. At first, Elon Musk said we will get rid of all the bots, and then by June he said we'll get rid of them all or die trying. By January he said sigh, we're trying to get rid of the bots, and it just kind of feels like he gave up and surrendered because now it's everywhere. There's so much more bots that the website, it's not necessarily unusable, but it's very annoying. And if a bot is such a big issue that it becomes a meme, then you're kind of failing.
Exactly.
And part of the problem is they point out in the article that he got rid of the people who would be handling this. Every website is going to have bots. It's difficult to get rid of them, right? They keep popping up. It's like whack-a-mole. But if you get rid of the people who specifically deal with that and you eliminate the content moderation team, of course, the entire website's going to suffer. And so these are things that he doesn't want to admit, which is why he can't fight the bots effectively, because then he has to bring back that team and then he looks like an idiot. But I mean, it's just, it's a lost cause at this point. I don't know what to say. It's funny though. I will give him that. It's much more funnier in some ways, Nazier in other ways. But lots and lots of bots. PIB bots.
I like how they basically changed from saying my pussy in bio to my feet in bio. Maybe they went after the pussies, and then when they banned all the pussies, they were just like, all right, feet, that's the next one. And now
they go to
feet in bio under all of them. Yeah.
That's the next successful body part.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should go for or something.